Hi, welcome to Business Influencers. I'm your host, Chris Salem. Hope you're having a great week and hope you're enjoying many of the great episodes that you can partake here on the TALRadio platform. Again, we cover a wide array of content areas for your liking, both on a personal and professional level. With Business Influencers, we've been with the TALRadio platform now for over 4 years. So we are excited that you are here. It's part of the Touch of Life Foundation, and you can watch these episodes and view and listen to them at any time at the talradio.org website, as well as the app for TAL. You can just, can download TAL, and then you can pull down the app and also listen to the podcast there. We also can be listened to on YouTube, where you can watch the video portion, Spotify and Apple as other options, and we encourage you to follow us there as well. Today's show is being brought to you today by Alumni Direct. Alumni Direct is a social media community platform dedicated to bringing alumni together from all different generational types and an opportunity to meet new people for the first time. Now, it is a membership program taking out all the noise out of social media. You get to generate genuine and authentic relationships with the people you choose to interact with. If you'd like some more information about Alumni Direct, check them out at alumnidirect.com. That's alumnidirect.com. Well, I am so excited for today's show, especially for you business owners out there, whether if you're a small business, an SMB, small to mid-sized company, even Fortune 500 companies, as we do cater to across the board here with the Business Influencer Show. How many of you are utilizing video as a strategy? Well, some of you might have dabbled in it. Some of you might have done it once in a while, but you really haven't gotten started like you think. So you're going to learn how you can get started and double down on video to help move you and your business forward, create better connections with the audience or audiences that you serve. And we're going to be with the right person here today that will be sharing that information with us. We're going to be here with Robert Weiss. He's the president of MultiVision Digital. He brings over 20 plus years in sales and marketing, working directly with the range from entrepreneurs to global Fortune 500 companies across almost every industry. He specializes in helping B2B build brand awareness and generate maximum ROI through video-first marketing strategy. He became a guest speaker at FabTech Expo, ITAC, and guested on podcasts like Sales Evangelist, Let's Talk PR, and More FM Radio, the Legal Market Association, and more. And without further ado, we welcome Robert Weiss to the show. Robert, how are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm very well. Thank you for that. And you're absolutely right. In terms of some people have dabbled in video, others have not quite started yet. Like, everybody is at a very different stage of where they're adopting video right now and their experience or lack of experience with video. But let me give the biggest mic drop moment. It doesn't matter. Like, right now, if you got started with video today, strategically, with a thoughtful approach and a deliberate approach and a plan, you will get ahead of your competition in a year. And I'll leave with anybody with that. Get started today.
So see, everybody, just listen. Just get started. The hardest thing that's holding you back is you. It's your fear, your resistance of what that is. Maybe I'm not sure what to do with video. I may not look good. We may come across in the wrong way. Well, you don't have to know all these things or try to figure it out. You got somebody like Robert that can figure that out. So Robert, share with us some of the things that, again, by not using video, what that can be doing to a business's bottom line. Because a lot of times, again, especially business owners or leaders, they tend to be results driven. They kind of get to the point, but maybe for some reason they don't connect the dots and see where the lack of video could be impacting their bottom line.
Yeah, well, let me start that response by saying you're not going to see it immediately. You're going to be fine without video.
Yeah.
But in 2 years, you might not be. In 3 years, you might not be. Because there's a compounding effect. Whoever's listening right now, somebody gave you the golden key to ranking on Google when SEO started. Hindsight being 2020, would you do it? Would you take the time to invest in content? Or email marketing? Would you take the time to realize how to leverage email marketing before everybody's doing it? That's where we're at with video, and even more with this whole LLM adoption, right? People are calling it AEO, agentic engine optimization, rather than SEO. And right now, whether you're a business of one or a business of 10 or 50 or 100, you can now get cited on LLMs with an approach to video, because YouTube just crossed Reddit in January of 2025 by being the #1 social cited platform. And that means that LLMs are recognizing the value of video to communicate and to provide information to people in the quickest amount possible. And that's what video does really, really well.
I love it. Well, there's many people out there, many people are visual. And a lot of times, if something, catches their eye and it really kind of creates that aha moment to a challenge that they have that can be better, or alludes to a result they seek and do not have, that could be the catalyst to them taking the initiative to do something. And that may now be with your business because they saw a video that might have aligned with that. So important. What would you recommend for those businesses that are listening now, Robert, and those that would, of course, be listening on demand at any time after this episode, as it's airing now? What would be the first steps? Is it just gathering intelligence, being on this podcast, getting this information to kind of see what the bigger picture is? You said, again, this is like a longer term investment, but nonetheless could really pay dividends down the road.
There's one thing that we say a lot to answer that question is, when you first start thinking about video, the best thing to do is to forget about video. Follow your business strategy. Video is just content. That's all it is. So if you are recruiting, or you're trying to rank on search engines, or you're launching a product, or you're trying to gain awareness from advertising, for all of those 4 initiatives, you are going to create content. And it's not one piece of content that fits all those 4 initiatives. You're going to create the right piece of content, or the right contents. If you're trying to rank, you need more than one. You're going to create the right pieces of content for those specific business objectives. And that's exactly the methodology that you should follow with video. So decide on your business objective, and then create the content that aligns with that business objective. Oh, by the way, it just happens to be video. And the second thing to do is not so much focus on the visuals first. People I hear all the time, I want a video that shows this, it shows that. And even like a couple of minutes ago, you alluded to seeing the visual part of video.
Yeah.
But think about the people that are listening to this now. They're still getting the information that they need. They're not watching. Yeah. And even if they are watching, they're still listening. And going back to being ranking on LLMs, if you have a video that shows but doesn't explain, it will not get cited. So you need videos that communicate not just visually, but audioly. Is that even a word? Verbally.
But we know what you mean.
Yes, thank you.
That's
thank
all
you.
that
I just made that up. So whether that is somebody explaining, which is where we recommend from a B2B standpoint, because B2B, you need to build that know, like, and trust factor, or at least it's some type of voiceover that explains. Like videos with dance music and just text on screen is not going to cut it to get ranked. So think about A, your business strategy, and then B, think about what you would say to somebody if you were trying to recruit them. If you were launching a new product, what would you say? And then create that video content that says that.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, one thing, that I've learned as a business acceleration strategist, because I do a lot of, messaging for businesses, coming up with right communication that connects at the pain point. You got to be able to, people have to interact and engage in this content across different touch points. And video is really going to be the most powerful. But imagine now they're watching videos on your YouTube channel, or there could be something, somewhere else where they saw it. Maybe it was a video on LinkedIn, or could be Facebook, depending upon your business, or Instagram, or whatever it may be. But that consistency, it subconsciously kind of connects with somebody and how they process information. And for me, I can just see how it can play an important role in reducing the number of touch points, not only to get buy-in and gain trust, but now reduce the number of touch points to convert and potentially close more business from it.
Yeah, let's unpack that for a moment, because you're absolutely 1,000% right. So let's start at the beginning of the sales process, just the research out there, right? There's no video on a page versus video on a page. Where does buyer behavior go to? Watch the video. Why? Because it's easier for them to understand.
Yeah.
Okay. And get more information. The picture says 1,000, the video is 1,000,000 plus, right? So right there, the business that has the video is able to inform and educate more. And then let's say I'm a researcher and, Chris, you're a decision maker. You're like, oh, I got this great company. I shove a PDF, I print out PDF and give you 5 pages, or I'm like, here, click and let you consume that information, right? Again, you're getting all that information. So therefore, your buyers are getting more qualified. They're getting more informed and educated without you even saying the word. And P.S., the language that you want and your people that are going to be part of that sales process eventually, you're building the know, like, and trust factor sooner. And then when they finally give you a call or fill out a form on your website, they're probably hearing the same thing that's in that video. They're seeing the same people that are in that video. And that just builds trust and credibility.
So true. I mean, you think about, as I mentioned, because I know a lot about personality types, and usually if you look at dominance on the DISC profile or any kind of similar personality profile, they want to get to the results. They want something direct. You can't go into the details or the weeds on things. A video can do that very, very quickly, especially if it really attaches the challenge that could be better to get the results. And think about the younger generations now that are moving into middle management, now soon to be running these organizations, many of them running their own companies. And their attention span is far and few between compared to the older generations. Video is what allows them to process that information so much quicker than if they were going to read a 5-page PDF, which would be doubtful they would even download and even look at.
Yep. And I'll give you another use case of that. So imagine, person A goes up and has a big pitch, and there's like 10 people in the room handing out PDFs, brochures, explaining, going through a PowerPoint, and you have person B clicking a button that shows a 1.5-minute video. Nobody interrupts a video. Phones are down. Nobody's, on their computer. Everybody's watching the video. So, there's a streamline of communication there that happens not only in the earlier stages in appealing to the short attention spans, but also the attention spans of like, you got another meeting to go to,
Yeah, so true. I love it, what you're sharing here. So in this case, like, maybe we could talk a little bit about, is there like a step process they can take? I mean, again, they're not going to perfect their video strategy overnight. This takes time, and why aligning with, resources like yourself that are experts in this area can help to take that pressure off of them, easing the burden of not trying to figure that out, that let the resource like yourself do what's best, to do what they do best. Now bringing that together to realize an objective.
Obviously, there's buyers for every level of service or product that's out there. And we'll never say you should never do your own video. You should do your own video. The question is, can you do your own video now? Are you skilled? Do you understand the process of video? And that means coming up with the strategy and the ideas. That means coming up with what to say on camera, how to say it on camera, editing and marketing. Those are 5-6 steps. So as you said, the first time you go through that entire process, you're probably not going to get it right. I've got a little chart here, if I can find it. You're probably not going to get that process right. Here's our little chart, right?
Yeah.
So this is the circle. You focus on your business objectives, you evaluate concepts, lock down alignment, you execute, which means to shoot, you market, you monitor, and you do it again. So it takes companies a couple iterations of that process to understand the entire process of video production. It's not like writing a blog post and putting that on like, oops, made a mistake, let me go change that word or two. You need to plan for video a little bit more. So until you get that process, you probably need some professional help, which has nothing to do with the cameras and equipment, by the way. Zero, right? We shoot on iPhones. We shoot with $30,000 cameras, with $20,000 lenses, and everything in between. It's not about the cameras and equipment. It's the workflow, it's the services, it's the professional handholding that you just don't know until you don't know. Yeah. And then you know that you need it. So we always suggest, and let's talk about budgets next for a second, that everybody gets started with video with a professional at a comfort level that's good for them, to understand that process and those workflows and go through it a few times and then make a decision of like, hey, can we do this ourselves? Can we not do it ourselves?
I love what you're sharing here. And I think this is so important because you look at the organizations, whether it doesn't matter what size they are, the consistent use of video. And like you said, you don't have to break the bank immediately. Again, you can do this on a budget. Just start where you are within your budget, and then you see what's working, you measure, and if things are obviously tracking in a positive way, and as you bring in more revenue, then you can obviously
you double down.
And so let's go into the double down part.
yeah. Well, let's go in the budgeting first, because I kind of
right, that's fine.
So whoever's listening, when you're talking to a video production company, be open and honest with them of like, here's where I'm comfortable spending. Okay, I'm going to throw 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, whatever that number is to you. Right? Again, we use iPhones and we use $30,000 cameras. So we could give you a 1.5-minute video, or we can give you 5 1-minute videos with both of those types of cameras, or anything in between, right? And we're still going to give you the content that's quality, but at a different level of workflow that we have, because our $30,000 cameras, our file sizes are huge and we need to do a lot with them versus an iPhone, which we have less processing to do. But we can still provide you the coaching and directing on both ends. And we can give you a 1.5-minute video that's highly produced, like that firm overview video that you're going to play at that presentation with 10 people. Or we can give you like 5 thought leadership videos of like a talking head that you're going to use for SEO or email marketing. Those are very, very different budget levels.
Yeah.
So we keep, and the reality is you probably need both of those, and if not more. So the level of investment can, like a video production company can help you make the best use of that investment by doing what they do. And there's a lot of good quality video production companies out there. There really are. I mean, it's an industry where, the work and the execution of it is superior, because video production companies, like, we need to make it happen for you, right? And we have an expression, it's like 100% of the time, 100% of the plan, 100% never happens. But we're always getting what we need to achieve the messaging and the business objective. And like every video production company is really skilled at that, because if not, somebody is unhappy.
Yeah.
And we don't want to make anybody unhappy. So again, be open and honest, and let that video production company pull the different levers down of like, okay, 1 video, 5 videos, high-end cameras, lower-end cameras, like all these different things. Like I have people say, well, we want to, show up in a studio and do this. I'm like, well, why do you want a studio? You just need to budget for studio. right? If you don't have a studio, I can show up at your location and use that budget for more videos.
Exactly.
And they're like, oh, I thought
it's like there's options. Yeah, you don't have to overspend for things that are not necessary.
Exactly. So, okay, either go to a studio or show up at your location, which is your location, and get people to understand or see your location.
Yeah.
Transparency, So anyway, those are some questions that you might want to talk about with your video production company.
Oh, I mean, it's just valuable insights, everybody, that you're hearing. We're encouraging everybody, to go back and listen to this episode again, because, Robert is sharing some valuable information. And, of course, you're going to get his contact information here later as well, including some things that he is going to provide for you. Robert, what would be some other things that you can share, would, double down on video? Like you said, there are so many different varieties, budget ranges. Again, it's not one size fits all. Things can be customized and personally tailored to where people are and where they're going. That's the beauty about it. So,
yep. So I'll go back up to the circle here. And this is the kind of methodology of aligning your business objectives, planning the content, executing, and marketing, and then jump back to my original 4 examples of recruiting, SEO, advertising, and product launch, right? So what's more important to you? Okay, recruiting is first. So you need to go through this circle with recruiting videos. Then, okay, product launch, go through this circle with the product launch. Oh, we have another product, go through this circle, or SEO, and go through that circle. And now what you're doing is you're building up your asset library of videos. Those recruiting videos should last 5 years. Yeah. That product video probably lasts 5, 6, 7 years. I have case studies where 7 years later, they're still using their series of product videos and FAQ videos. Yeah. They're basically sales videos. They have replaced the brochure.
Yeah.
Because they just communicate more and explain more.
They absolutely do. Especially, like I said, with the younger decision makers these days, less likely they're going to open up a PDF. And
yeah, well, I mean, it's older as well. So older, we're busy, right? So older people are busier, and they appreciate the efficiency of a good video in terms of it being quality and it communicating what it needs to in the shortest amount of time. And that's what busy decision makers want, and they're typically older. But going back to that question of aligning your business strategy to video, wash and repeat, wash and repeat, wash and repeat.
Yeah, such really great insights that you're sharing here. And I wish this show was an hour, because there's so many more things I know we can tell. So we're going to definitely have you on a future show to kind of as part 2 of going over double downing on video strategy and why this is so important to any size business. Well, before I want the audience to get in contact with you. First of all, I want to thank you personally for taking the time out of your schedule to be with us here today. Not only myself, but the rest of the team, and also the Touch of Life Foundation, which is a philanthropic organization. Your expertise and your insights and content is so valuable to our listeners, and we just want to again extend our gratitude for being with us here today.
Thank you.
With that being said, Robert, what would be the best way this audience can get in contact with you? What are you up to, and anything you'd like to provide them?
Yeah, MultiVisionDigital.com. That's it. MultiVisionDigital.com. All my contact information is there. If you're a manufacturing company, go to video4manufacturing.com. That's one of our ICPs. And again, all of our contact information is there. We do a lot of thought leadership. So a lot of the concepts that I'm talking about now are in videos on our blogs. We have a tips page on each one of those websites that are basically like everything that I'm talking about today, I've said in some type of video. It's somewhere on my website. And then that's another tip. Like we say, don't think, listen. Like, what are the questions that you're getting asked, and just make videos of those things. That's it.
Wonderful. And we want to encourage everybody, again, take advantage and check out those websites, connect with Robert, also on LinkedIn as well. If you, for any reason, reach out to us, we'll make sure to connect you with them as well. All that information will also be in the show notes on the TALRadio platform here for business influencers, as well as YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. So again, you will have access to his information, and we encourage you to do some due diligence. Go out there and contact Robert, get to know him, and again, see where this can be a strategy for you some point, either starting now or in the future. But the important part is starting now is probably going to be your wisest decision, because this is what's going to put you ahead of others in your competitive set.
Yep.
With that, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just said, I agree. Yeah.
And we want to thank you again, Robert, for being here. And listeners, we want to thank you for being with us each and every week. Again, we are committed to bringing in subject matter experts like Robert in each and every week to help elevate you and your business's level of influence to the next level. It's through the power of influence that you can gain more rapport and trust, then respect, to sustain business at all levels. If you'd like to see future content that we've not covered on this show, feel free to reach out to our team here at chris@christophersalem.com. We'd be more than happy to see where we can accommodate for a future episode. Till then, everybody, have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next week. Same date, same time. Take care.